go on. 'Cause I think it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Like I don't put myself in any situation. It's just I start somewhere and I end up somewhere else.
Where did you get that, bro? Like,
Now,
I need to know where. I was like, because you just started doing it like maybe
you
like
know
a
what it
month
was?
ago. You're like, I was over here.
I'm over
I'm
here
over here
now.
now. That's the funniest shit.
It was a bit that Andrew Dice Clay used to do.
Mm,
And he's not relevant comedically anymore. The people act like he never sold out Madison Square Garden, but he definitely did, like in the 80s.
sure.
He was one of the first, if like I think it was him and maybe like prior at the like he was one of the dudes
Yeah.
who's the, like originator of that kind of stuff. He's a ridiculous person because he's like his persona on stage is like Italian, like leather jacket guy, but in real life he's just a Jewish guy, which is hilarious that he went his whole career pretending to be an Italian dude.
That's funny.
And so he would just say I'm over here now. He didn't say first I was over here. He would just be like I'm over here now. Like he would just say that like in the middle of a sentence. He'd be like, so I was talking to the broad. Hey, I'm over here now. You know? And I was like,
Oh yeah.
I was like, I guess I get what you're saying.
Where did you come from?
Yeah, exactly.
And then that's where you came in and
Yeah,
you
I was like,
added your flair.
First I was over here, but now I'm over here.
That's funny.
Because you gotta know where you come from to know where you're going, right?
That's funny. I love that. That's just, bro. I say it now. I say it. I saw you do it. I was like, ooh,
it's so. Fun.
I want that one. I'm gonna go ahead and take that one, put it in my pocket. Yeah,
dude, that's like this book I read like I don't know 10 years ago called "Steal Like an Artist," and it was basically saying anyone who creates anything takes bits and pieces from other people before them,
totally,
and then they like make it like an amalgamation and put it into their own thing. And I think that happens with language, that happens with sayings, that happens with like I told people to do better since college. Yo, man, just do better. You know? And now people are telling me to do better. I'm like, you got that from me. It was me that told you that.
Hey, Chris, do better. Didn't I tell you that?
I was like,
whatever.
Dude, like that show that you read that I started writing last year, the the Hitch type show.
Yeah.
The working title is Do Better until I guess the network tells me nah.
Side note, bro. If you ever want to shoot a spec, I bought my camera, and bro, I was over here.
Oh, where you at now?
I'm over here now.
He's like, hey, this is my old camera,
bro.
But the new one,
bro, that new. Whoo! I just been getting some sample footage, bro. We Sundancing it, you know what I mean? And no, I'm dead ass. It's next level.
Ever shoot that video that we were talking about?
The music video?
Yeah,
probably not. Probably not. That one's that's gonna be later on. But nah. I'm ready to do like the real. Like if you want to shoot like a little 5-minute thing from your script, bro, just like real quick. Look, you got a resource right here. You don't have to pay me or nothing, dude. I want to help direct it and shoot it, bro. Because this camera, my G, just give me one shot. I won't let you down.
This is Nas over here. All I need is one mic,
bro. You see it. You see it.
You need one camera, one mic,
bro.
One shot. I got you.
And I'm telling you, man.
I can't rap.
I'm telling you though. We out. Like I said, here now.
Listen, we're gonna get into that post, but let's actually introduce the show because we did like a rolling start today.
We did,
and that's what happens on the Homie Pod. So
yeah,
thank you guys for tuning in once again to the Unofficial Therapy Podcast. I am Chris Kane. I got the homie in the building. You know him, you love him. It's your boy Everett in the building. Y'all give it up for him, man.
We was over here. We over here now.
So first it was just him, then the homie came, and now we here.
Boom, now we here. What's up, dude? Thanks for having me again.
Bro, I'm always happy to have you on. And I am, now you got my brain going with the spec thing, because I'm writing these scripts and I'm just kind of like letting them ride. Like I write it, put it down, and then I'll come back to it at some later date. And I haven't thought about even shooting it. I'm more like just getting feedback on how the script is. And
get a preview, man. You gotta get a trailer or something, or short snippet, proof of concept, man. That then people throw their money all the way at that.
But you saying that this is why our dynamic works, because I'm usually the ideas guy. I got a lot of ideas. I just be thinking of stuff. I told you about. Well, I'll tell the audience now. This show idea about like fix it in post as like it's like a reality show.
Right.
So to the people at home, the idea is basically the editors make how TV and all this stuff works. Like the raw footage of everything is so choppy and lighting and they all that stuff. Then these guys sit in the room and they put some magic on it. When you see it on the screen, you're like, yo, that's crazy how you did that. It's like you don't know how much editing went into this.
Right.
So the raw footage is not nearly as important really as how they edit it. So the idea for the show was a lot of people watch celebrities, they watch actors say, man, I could do that. King Kong ain't got nothing on me. And they do a little impression. They assume they can act because they think they can just do an impression of an actor. So it's a dual show. You have people who are aspiring actors, but really aren't really trained, who just think they can do it, just want some 5 minutes of fame. You got those people, and then the editing people who don't get enough credit for doing their job.
For making the actors look good.
Thank you. So you have the people on the front end who just want to be in the production, but they only get one take to do a scene. You give them time to rehearse. Hey, you got an hour, 2 hours to go over the script. How you choose, your choice as an actor, that's on you. Once you're in front of the camera, we're going. So if you butcher it and you say, hold on, I messed up my line, keep going.
Because it's okay.
We'll figure it out in post.
Bro,
the name of the title.
Let me tell you, it's funny. This is so accurate, dog. Like the one experience that I had, like on like when I was on the All American, right? They were just like, they threw me into it. They didn't, bro. They assumed that I had been here before. It was my first gig. They're like, all right, Everett, here we go. This is what you're gonna do. You just gonna do it, bro. I was like, look, I've been waiting 10 years for this moment. I was like, I was ready, bro. So I did my shit. And like first I killed it every time, but like first few times I was like, okay, this can be better. This can be better. I did it probably like 5 times maximum. It wasn't even that many. I did like 5 times, did the scene 5 times. And they're like, all right, that's a wrap on Everett. And I was like, wait, I could have gotten my bag. I was just getting warmed up. I could have gotten my bag, right?
Start flexing the bike.
So a year goes by, bro. I see this shit on TV. I was like, yo, they made your boy look fantastic. They picked the best cut. The way they slice it up, I'm like, dang. I literally said 10 words, but boy, that's Emmy worthy right there. I was like, damn, I didn't know I could act that good, man, with those 10 words. The way they cut it, the way that the chick was like, oh, oh, dude. So what you're saying is hella accurate. Because
it's a real thing, man.
I thought I was just being average. I'm like, oh yeah, I got my little 10-word scene here, but then the way they cut it, they put the music behind it. They put, oh my God, the extras. Like it was a whole fucking thing.
You're like, this guy's killing it right now.
It's bro, like, I watched that shit. I posted it. I've put it on Netflix and fast forward to the episode to my little scene. I'm just like, damn.
Bro,
I crushed that shit.
It's an interesting concept. I haven't heard any reality show put the light on those people. We put the light on the actors all the time. And that's what, as you should, they're the face of the product. But we all know the linchpin really is the other side of it.
Totally.
And so this idea is twofold, because there are a lot of people we know who are like, man, acting ain't nothing. Y'all just pretending to be somebody else. And they just kind of downplay the profession.
Right.
And the other editor people who are like, if you knew how much work it was to like, and what inspired this actually was when you shoot a comedy special, generally like Comedy Central, you tape like 2, and then they cut between the 2. You have the same outfit on, and they change the audience and everything. So you do one run, then you go backstage, get refreshed, put the same clothes back on. They get a whole new audience in, and they go again.
Yeah.
And what happens is sometimes one set is like way better than the other one, so it'll take like 80% from one set.
Yeah.
And then 20 from the other. But sometimes the joke works better. And so that's why they have so many audience cutaways and like that little panorama shot, the behind the person on stage. They have a lot of different shots where you can, if you watch close, you can see the breaks and jokes where audio wise, it sounds like it's fluid, but you can see the shots are maybe a little incongruent, but it's not enough to be like, hey, that's 2 different specials. It's just like they've got it down to an art form where I've heard of comics shooting 3 or 4 like videos and then making it into one special.
Yeah.
They're clipping from a lot of different sources. So it's a lot of audience shots, a lot of close-ups, like of them like drinking a drink at the stool. Yeah. And I'm like, man, they had to make all of that into 1 hour with 4 hours of footage.
With 4 hours of footage. Speaking of 4 hours of footage, hold on. I'm gonna grab my water real quick. Hold on.
Get that. This is how unprofessional the homie pie is. You know, he's better than this. He knows he knows good and well. He's supposed to get the water before we start recording. Look at this dude. You could just have it next to you. This guy's gargling. What's happening right now?
I'm sorry, what?
You can't get on and try to be cool after that.
Hey, look.
Let me get back in my cool bag.
You see the sorry if you get any sponsorships, but I'm gonna go ahead and if you're running ads, they about to get canceled on YouTube right now because I'm about to put on that Essentia. Don't be fooled. This is tap water that's in here. But anyway,
you're posing on the pod. Is that what we're doing right now?
Hey, look, I'm a pod poser. But like I was saying, so speaking of 4 hours, I just wanted to touch on this.
Okay.
So Justice League.
Oh, the Zack Snyder cut, right?
4 hours.
That's a long movie.
Look, 4 hours of a movie that came out already. My question is, this is a first. Mm-hmm. In what universe? I guess the DC universe.
I was going to say, you answered the question. It's the DC.
DC, my beloved DC universe. I don't understand the logic behind, okay, you know what? This was this was a trash movie. It was terrible.
We all agree.
Garbage movie.
Yeah.
You know what? We know it was garbage. However, let's remix it. Let's do it over.
Yeah.
Just same movie, but let's just make it a little better. And we'll throw $70 million at it to make it better. And not only are you going to make it better, you're going to make it 4 hours. My question here is the level of privilege.
I was wondering, where's he going with this? The level of
privilege it takes to make one of the worst movies of the decade.
It's a bad movie.
And for the studio who paid for the movie, who lost probably a ton of money, to say, here's $70 million to just not make a new movie, not make a better movie, just add on to the garbage that was already there. Somebody's got to be getting a situation situated in there, because
it's a very PC way of saying it. There's a lot that goes into this. I've had this conversation with like Raph and Marvin on our anime pod, I think. And there's two things. There's an ego component to it, and there's a almost guaranteed money aspect to any superhero movie. The ego part is that movie got trashed from the jump. Everybody said, this is dumb. You didn't flesh out two of the main characters at least. Superman had a superimposed mustache because he was doing the Mission Impossible movie, so it looked ridiculous. He wouldn't cut it. He's like, nah, Tom Cruise is more important than being Superman, which is hilarious. I'm like, you can't grow a mustache, but so that was that part. Then this is Zack Snyder part, because his reputation is on the line, and he was like, I promise you, like when I stepped into this movie, they were doing some stuff, and like he's like, the movie I shot is great. The movie they put out isn't, and he's been defending it.
But here's the thing. He didn't. So we know the situation, right? His daughter, like halfway through production, his daughter committed suicide. He left the production, rightfully right. So. He had to handle his business and grieve and all that stuff, right? Sure. And so Joss Whedon, the guy who made Avengers, came back and finished the movie. But my thing is, okay, cool, tight. You like worked on the first half of the movie. Apart from like the Themyscira, like Wonder Woman scene, which was amazing.
Sure.
Apart from that scene, the rest of that movie was trash. So unless he's telling me he only worked on the Wonder Woman scene and the rest was Joss Whedon.
That's not what he's telling you. What he's trying to tell you is that Joss Whedon is not a good director, but he doesn't want to say that You don't want to say that. Like
You don't want to come because you know what Joss Whedon's gonna be like. Oh, word. Go ahead. Give me the receipt. Give me the receipt. What's this say? Avengers highest gross.
yeah, he can't. And the first Avengers is better than Batman versus.
It's better than
Superman.
most
So
movies, bro. It's better than most action movies.
and to combine it, because we were trying to figure out how do you put that many major superheroes in one movie at the same time and make the plot make sense because they weren't united at that point in the movie. How do you get them to have a cause? How do you get the Agent Coulson part? How do you get all this to kind of mesh?
Mm-hmm.
And I think he did a good job. I think Age of Ultron is it's a movie that I've really struggled with because
it's not that great.
Well, I think James Spader is that dude. He is
James Spader. James Spader is that dude for sure. For sure. Dude, great villain. Great villain.
Great villain. Great voice.
I think the concept of that movie though was a little. It just like I don't know. The plot like lacked a lot of depth to me, but I will say that the movies that came after it made sense because it was like because then you start thinking about it, you're like, okay, this movie was there just to set up the rest of these movies.
That's the problem. The issue with that movie wasn't the movie. Like I think of Age of Ultron the way I think about Batman, Dark Knight Rises.
Right.
Where I love Bane. I'm a big Tom Hardy fan. Everybody knows this. And people compared that to the Dark Knight.
Right.
And so just it's a bad comparison. Dark Knight, I think, is the second best superhero movie made. I think it's tremendous. It's a great regular movie and a great superhero movie.
Facts.
And of course, the Heath Ledger, that juice he put on it just put it to the next level.
Yeah.
But Dark Knight Rises really does tie back into the first movie, which makes the trilogy make a lot more sense. And Bane is a character we know and identify with. And Bane was dope in the movie. Right. It was just that we compared it to the one before. So it was like, the issue so it gets left out. People think Batman Begins is amazing because of Ra's al Ghul, because of the whole Batman origin.
I watched it recently. Nothing. It doesn't even come close to the Dark Knight.
Dark Knight is different.
It doesn't even touch it.
It's different.
But it's a good setup for that movie.
It's a very good setup.
Yeah.
So Age of Ultron's issue is that they, how they do like our next 4 years of movies or this.
Totally. Yeah. They
released Age of Ultron and then like the next week or two had that big conference. And so if you haven't seen Age of Ultron yet, you were like, is someone going to die in Age of Ultron? They were like, well, we got Civil War, Infinity War. And it's like,
and
no one's going to die.
Well, so that's like, you had Quicksilver that like was introduced and died in the same movie. Right.
They couldn't even call him that.
They couldn't even. Yeah. But I will say that like this is like a whole rabbit hole, like the DCU versus the MCU.
It's no competition.
There's no competition. But like one of the key ingredients that like the MCU uses for their movies is that they take like they have so much money from Disney that they take their time building up. Like they literally take entire movies to build up this big end game, right? And then even the movies that are coming after Endgame and like the shows, like I feel like they see the big picture, right? They're like, this is gonna be huge. We're gonna start with Iron Man, but like imagine if like Iron Man defeated Thanos like in like 10 to 15 years from now. Like, bro, and that's the thing, they think ahead. They were starting to do that with the Batman. Well, let's just go ahead and say Chris Nolan is a different human being. He's always thinking ahead. But like the thing with the Warner Brothers is they're just kind of like money, like not long term. We need immediate, like because they're like they've lost money for years. They're like close to bankruptcy. You know what I mean?
They'll figure it out.
Yeah, I mean it's Warner Brothers. They've been around long enough to the point where they'll figure it out, or they can get like bailed out or for a bunch of shit. But either way, like they've been losing money for a minute because they're just kind of like, here, just Go, just throw it, just whatever director, whatever. Like, hopefully something sticks, and like every now and then something sticks. Joker was a great movie. It wasn't connected to anything. It was like a standalone thing, and that's the thing, bro. When it comes to these superhero movies, just put your WB, put your pride aside, and just say, okay, Disney and Marvel, they got the formula. We should follow suit.
They tried to a little bit. Like they tried
bro,
to.
They didn't.
Hold up. They did with the Wonder Woman into Justice League thing. Because
they didn't take enough time, bro. They didn't
do
take
it well. Hold on, they didn't do it well. Don't get it
look, no. Because I'll say this. That first Wonder Woman movie was good.
Yes, it was.
It was good. If they just took, before they even went into, maybe give me a Wonder Woman 2. Like, build off of you have to build off of one character, bro. That's what like, you have to build more and more off of one character and like build that story, right? That's what Marvel did with Iron Man, bro. And so Iron Man was like the ringleader. Everything followed Iron Man and Captain America. That was it. Everything surrounded those guys, and then you can kind of like spread out. DC, they had it. They were set up. They had Batman ready to go, and then they didn't want to give Chris Nolan enough money. They didn't want to give him more money, and they're like, well, let's just call Zack Snyder. And it's like, bro, so okay, now you're pressing the reset button. Let's see if Zack Snyder does it. Dropped the ball because he started. Man of Steel wasn't a terrible movie.
I like Man of Steel, actually. I've argued this with people. Yeah, I like Henry Cavill. I like the movie.
Yeah, it had potential. The only thing is, like, you need to make like, follow Marvel. You need to make 2 more Superman movies before you can even think of bringing Batman or think of bring Batman last, because he's been done so many times. Bring Wonder Woman before you bring Batman in, and like build on their characters, and then bring like Avengers came what? Like, it was like the 4th movie.
Yeah, it was Hulk, Iron Man,
dude.
I think Thor and Captain America First Avenger. And maybe even Iron Man 2 before you got to the first Avengers. Like, okay, it came out 4 years after Iron Man came out.
Bro.
So it was like, you have 4 years of movies, then it dropped.
They just need to be patient, take their time, and like, character development. At the end of the day, that's where all the juice is character development. You want to be able to connect with the characters. Batman is the easiest character to connect with in the DCU because he has, he's driven by his trauma. You know what I mean? What's Superman's?
Bad?
I was going to say
they just don't have good writing because
they don't. Absolutely not.
Okay.
no, they don't. They have terrible writing. They have Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder notoriously has bad writing. He's, what his strength is? Visual storytelling. That's it. He's so good at telling stories visually and getting these super cool shots. But writing a script, nah, bro. Give it to Chris Nolan. Give it to somebody else. You know what I mean? Somebody outsource it. But yeah, so look, man, we just gotta press the restart button, man. Like, I don't know. I don't see DC ever recovering. I don't see them just unless they build something around Joaquin's Joker. You gotta go with
coming back? Is there a second Joker?
If they give him enough money, he will. If they give him enough money, he will. That's the thing. Invest in something that's winning. Don't invest in something that's not winning, bro. The Joker won. Didn't he? It won a lot. And
like $800 million. They got an Oscar.
Bro,
it was awesome.
Tight. So now, how about this? Let's build on the Joker origin story, and then let's introduce Batman like later. And then we'll build a new universe around that. It's going to be a different time period. It's going to be different. Nah, bro, we need that money now. So we going to hire, the hottest new director, and he's gonna kill it at the box office, and he's really hip. bro, you know, everybody at Warner Brothers is just like old and white. That's the only thing. It's like they don't know what the fuck to do. And so, you know, I don't know. I have a lot of frustration. I'm a huge DC fan.
I'm
Like,
gonna say I just let you rock because you was
bro,
getting in your bag. So I was like, all right.
I love DC so much that I'm just so frustrated and disappointed with how they're handling these movies, bro. I was like, yo, these Batman movies, nothing is gonna beat them. Like, and then they were stubborn. They're like, all right, Chris Nolan, we're not giving you more money for these Batman. Like he was down to do another Batman. Like he was like, okay, it's gonna be a trilogy. I don't want to do anymore, right?
Yeah.
Unless that bag is double, right? And
Yeah.
they're like, nah, nigga, they're like, we're not giving you money to do. And he's like, okay, tight. Imagine a world where they're like, let's see what we can do. Like, make the Man of Steel movie, make a Superman, bro.
But you said something that I think it makes sense on their end. Their movies, even the bad ones, still make a certain amount of money. Like
Yeah,
Aquaman made like 900 million.
that
Joker made
movie.
800 million. Shazam made a decent amount of money. They've made money in these movies with them not connecting, with bad scripts, with directors who are whatever.
That's the worst
So,
part.
so if their ideas, we want to make money,
Mm-hmm.
they're doing their job.
Yeah, they are.
Now,
You're right.
now they told you our job is to make the best universe. Then yeah, they're failing on that. But
Right.
they're a business. The reason they repackaged like the whole, I thought they could have done the whole Harley Quinn thing. They tried,
Mm-hmm.
but the first title for her movie had like 14 words in it. It was like Harley Quinn and the exasperated blah, 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 blah. I was like, how long is this title?
I haven't even watched that movie yet.
It was such a long title. They literally, while it was in theaters, changed the name of the movie to make it shorter to just Birds of Prey. Because the original title was like somebody in the room said, oh, this is going to be cool. Let's just put a bunch of words, but people don't want to read a 9, 10, 11 word.
People don't go to the movies to read a title, bro.
But they've hit on a couple of characters. I think Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn is a perfect choice.
Nailed it.
They nailed it. Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. I actually think Aquaman they nailed the choice.
Nope.
I think he's exactly what people want him to be.
Nope.
Who else will play the role?
Not Jason Momoa.
Who?
Anybody but Jason Momoa. I'm not gonna say okay. No shade. No,
because you can't give me somebody. Then
bro,
you got nobody.
It's you know what?
3 years ago.
No. Sometimes you got to just see what doesn't work to figure out what works.
It made money,
bro. I know, like, but I'm just thinking differently, right? I'm not thinking about the money. I get it, like it made money. Cool. That movie was terrible, right?
It wasn't terrible because of him. It was a bad script.
It was a bad script.
He's a giant dude with muscles who looks like he lives in the water, and he's likable. As much as you he
is likable,
dude.
But look, man, from somebody who worships DC Comics and how the characters are. If you were to do your research and think of who Orin was, how he operates, how he carries himself, you would not think of Jason Momoa. That is absolute bullcrap. Jason Momoa is like, yeah, man, like. Orin is the opposite of that.
But they definitely remix characters all the time, though.
They do. I
mean, look at the two Jokers we've had in the last 10 years. Like, they are diametrically different.
They are.
Like, Heath Ledger's was plotting, manipulative. There are multiple Jokers.
But I was gonna say, Joker has like multiple origin stories, so you can literally go any way with that. Bro, you can't read like Batman. Batman's been the same demeanor, the same guy the whole time.
Yeah, but Superman. I think Christian Bale and Ben Affleck aren't like, to me. Christian Bale is a significantly better Batman.
They're playing, yes, but they're playing like it's still in the wheelhouse of Batman. They're not like, yeah, I'm Batman. Like they're just like, yeah, I'm Batman. I'm dark and brooding. Like that's Batman. Superman is very like, like.
But they've missed on almost every Superman. That's the thing. They've missed after Christopher Reeve. You can make the argument they've missed on every other Superman.
They've missed. No, they've missed on not the actors that play Superman. It's very easy to play Superman. Let's just go ahead and say that.
I agree.
The scripts are bad, right? I'm saying for Aquaman, not only was the script bad, but it was not a good representation of who we expect, even in the wheelhouse. It wasn't even close to who Aquaman actually is as a character. Right. They were playing more of like, oh, this is like an idea of of Aquaman. It's like, no, for people that actually like respect Aquaman as a character in the comics, that's not who he is. Is not who he is. Like Aquaman is very much like Batman. Like he does not fuck with people and he will kill people just because he's pissed, right? All the time. He hates people.
But that don't sell money. That doesn't sell tickets. You can't have two of the same, like, because here's my thing. The reason I hated the Dawn of Justice movie is because most particularly the casting of Lex Luthor, who we all know.
Oh.
We all know Lex, and I actually like Jesse Eisenberg. I'm a fan. In that role,
my dude.
As much as you can say whatever you want, Jason Momoa, there was no worse casting,
bro,
than Jesse Eisenberg as.
The red capes are coming. Like, bro,
there was no worse casting than that. Because if Lex Luthor was dope, Lex is like he could have been the Thanos of their universe. Because Lex is basically throughout. He does everything. He has money. He discovers all the ruins. Like Lex is involved in all of DC. So if they made Lex, I would have loved if Michael Rosenbaum had been able to play him, but I guess he doesn't want to do the role anymore.
Bro,
but
you ain't never lied. Let me just say this.
I love Michael Rosenbaum.
I forgot.
He's tremendous.
No. I agree. I'm just kind of like piggyback. Like I forgot that they casted Jesse Eisenberg.
I didn't at all.
I tried to. I think I tried to put it out my mind. And
I couldn't forget. I just strong grip. I was like.
Huh? And see, that's what I'm saying, bro. Who the fuck is in charge over there? Who's in charge over there to be like, look, I've read every DC comic. I know what it's like I know who needs to be there. And he's like, I want Jesse Eisenberg. He does not anything like, look, I don't care. I really like, what was the movie? The Social Network. And it was a great movie, but it wasn't Lex Luthor. Like,
listen, I like Zombieland.
This is what
him being my Lex Luthor.
Facts. This is what I'm noticed. This is what I'm thinking that they do.
Oh boy.
Because I'm looking at Lex Luthor and I'm looking at Aquaman and I'm like, okay, let's get Aquaman because let's get Jason Momoa because he's like a surfer kind of guy and he's like from Hawaii and like that's with the water and like and so like it kind of like meshes, right? And like let's get Jesse Eisenberg because like he played a genius in like the Social Network. It's like, bro, that's what you're doing. It's like, bro, getting close to these like bigger concepts is not the answer. It's anyway, bro, honestly, let's talk about something else. I'm getting really upset right now.
You worked yourself up into this ladder.
I did. You barely said anything. I'm over here I'm over here not even looking at your box, bro. I'm over here looking at my own box, like arguing with myself.
This guy's yelling at himself like he's in an asylum. He's like, oh, like I didn't do any of this stuff. Ooh. I don't even like talking about DC. I like talking about Marvel because I just watched the finale of WandaVision. But
I haven't started it yet.
You started the whole show?
I haven't started the whole show because I'm on that Attack on Titan right now.
Oh yeah. What? I'm not gonna. There's nothing to spoil.
Don't mess it up for me. I'm only at the point when your boy crawls out of comes out.
That's a 9-hour conversation. We're not even doing.
Yeah, we're not doing that. But that's great. I'm excited. Thank you for recommending the show. It was kind of slow at first. I was like, I'm not really. And then when that guy came out of that tight, I was like, oh, here we go. We're So appreciate the recommendation.
But with WandaVision, it really, I thought I brought it up because you started talking about how Marvel intertwines everything, and so we're entering. I think phase 3 of Marvel now. They've written out Iron Man. They've written out Chris Evans. But Chris Evans is coming back. Apparently they wrote him out.
Yeah.
Now he's coming back. So I was like, that check must have been nice.
Yeah.
Because his contract was over. He was like, yeah, I'm about to go do some other stuff. And there was
don't spoil WandaVision for me though. Like,
no, this is not even.
Okay.
This is
Okay.
Chris Evans has nothing to do with that.
Okay. Tight.
I just saw that report. My boy was like, yo, Chris Evans is coming back. I'm like, no, his contract is over. He's like, no, it's not. now when that check cleared, he's like,
now when I checked, last time did I check?
He put that boy up to the light and said, it's good. No, what I was saying is that when I didn't know anything about, I didn't know why this show existed. Like
what,
why
WandaVision?
Why Loki show existed, why the Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
I didn't understand what is happening because I don't know what the next phase of Marvel is. Like their villain apparently is somebody stronger than Thanos.
Yeah.
They're gonna really guess Captain Marvel and Spider-Man are gonna kind of be the two faces of this new world.
Get ready. You know what I'm excited for?
Spider-Man with the 3 Spider-Man.
Nah, bro. Hold on. You ready for this? Hold on.
I don't know. I guess I hope so. Blade? Where you want Mahershala?
Boy, you don't even know. Bro, I was scared. I was like, they can't do Blade because it's Wesley Snipes. And Wesley Snipes is like, nobody looks like Wesley. Then this boy Mahershala said, I'm sorry, hold my beer. Look at my haircut. You know what I'm saying? Looks just like him, bro. The only exactly like him, bro. Yeah. And I'm very excited about that because Mahershala is like my favorite actor right now. He's that dude, bro. Man. He's that dude. Two Oscars. Are you kidding me, bro? From the Bay, kidding me, bro? Anyway, but no, right, but the only thing I'm kind of worried about is Wesley Snipes is a real martial artist.
Yeah. Wesley can fight. He's not messing around.
He's a real martial artist. So everything that you see in those, that's what made the Blade movies like super good because he's really whooping ass. Whereas Mahershala, you gotta take some Taibo lessons or something.
But they all take lessons though. Like even like as big as Chris Hemsworth is, they all get trained up on how to do stuff. And over time, I'm sure Mahershala knew he was getting this role 6 months before we knew he was getting it. And it was like, I need a trainer. Let's get to work because those kicks, because people will pick apart a kick in a second. Like, he didn't rotate his hips good enough. Like they'll start, those MMA dudes would be like, that's not how you do a chokehold.
Right. Like, Joe Rogan gonna be like, nah.
Your elbow was too far out. You got to tuck it in more. So I don't know. Like I gotta look at the movie release schedule, but I know Doctor Strange is, I guess, supposed to be like the big one. Because it's like Doctor Strange and like the quantum universe, which I guess means he can literally go anywhere in the Marvel world he wants. He can like any other Marvel character can hop into it because it's a Marvel verse.
Isn't there like a I was gonna say, are we doing the what is it called? The multiverse? Like where
so that's Doctor Strange's. Then you got Ant-Man and Wasp are apparently doing a very like not that similar thing, but they're in there. Right. So like 2 of the movies coming out in the next year apparently involve multiple universes and multiple dimensional stuff, which means that you can pull literally from Thanos' world and then maybe even from the past.
I'm here for it.
And so that's why I'm like, that's probably why they brought Chris Evans back. They're like, dude, we got so much we have so much availability here.
Right.
We can do whatever we want.
Well, yeah, you saw how Endgame played out. People was jumping in and out, and Loki disappeared, and we don't know where he went. And like, bro, yeah, I'm here for it. I'm here for all of it.
But they've done such an amazing job. Like, I knew about like 4 or 5 Marvel characters growing up, and from the way Marvel set their universe up, they give these shows are good. Now I understand after watching WandaVision why they have these individual shows. It's characters that you don't know a lot about. It's flushing their story out without doing the exposition drop in a movie. So then when you put them in a movie, because I don't think any of these characters except Loki, his show hasn't come out yet, but he died in Infinity War. So I'm assuming that he's dead because Thanos just
but remember, well, he's not, because remember when they went back in time, right? And Loki was like locked up, and then they dropped the Tesseract, and he picked it up, and then he disappeared. So he's alive.
He died and came back. So
yeah.
So the big characters, they get their stories flushed out. That's why Iron Man has his own movie, and Thor has 3, and Captain has 3, whatever. But someone like Scarlet Witch, someone like Scarlett Johansson's character, who, as far as I know, her movie is her last movie. I don't think she actually is coming back. I think her individual movie that was supposed to come out last summer and just got COVIDed.
I forgot about that movie.
Well, it never came out.
Right.
Nothing to forget about. But but they shot it. It's been fully shot. They just haven't. It can't.
I just remember the previews for it, and I'm like, I don't know about this one.
But we don't know anything about her real life. She's a spy.
Right.
So as far as I know, that movie really delves into her spyness, her actual childhood before she was, indoctrinated and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so it makes the characters more compelling. And that's what WandaVision is. I don't know anything about those characters. And I was like, oh, now I got 9 episodes about these characters. Mm-hmm. And I'm guessing with Cap, with Winter Soldier, it's going to be the same thing. And then when they fold them back into the movies, because I'm guessing Winter Soldier is supposed to be in the second Black Panther. He's the White Wolf.
I was just going to ask. I was just going to get into that, but I'll let you finish.
Well, but that show hasn't come out yet either. So I don't know anything about how the show's going to go. But I'm guessing they're going to flush that out. And they may even have some beginnings of Wakanda in that show. So then when our Black Panther 2 comes out, we've already been primed for it.
Well, I was going to say, so they officially called up Leticia to play like Black Panther, right? Like the new Black Panther, his sister.
Is she?
I mean, who else is going to be?
I mean, it actually could be Michael B because he was a previous owner of the
Black Panther. He died.
But we don't know if he died.
I'll be mad if it's Michael B, bro.
I will be mad too. Because
I'm like they went through all they went every Black Panther. Not only that, it's like they went through all of that with him as Killmonger. He was over here ruining people's lives, and then they're gonna be like, you know what, you Black Panther now, we forgive you. Like, nah, nigga.
I would be happy if his sister gets the role. She seemed to be a very likable character.
That's what I read, man. That's what I read. It's like they're calling her up to be like the new, the new, not T'Challa, but like the new Black Panther. So that's what I read, but I don't know. You know how the internet be.
I just know because at one point Michael B did eat the fruit and did drink the serum that he's a previous owner of it. So he's in the Black Panther lineage. So it wouldn't be fully plot armor. He actually is a former. So like when you're the Black Panther, you get the visions and you get to speak to all the previous owners of it. And Michael B is one of them by default because he stole it basically, but he still is one.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure he's in the movie. I just don't know to what degree. Like, is she gonna be able to like talk to him as like a spirit guide kind of dude, or is he gonna be trying to corrupt her? Like, I think he's in the movie some way though. So they haven't even written the script yet. So no one knows for sure. They're gonna start later this year. But Marvel they do such an intricate job of making characters you don't care about. Like even like in X-Men, we all love Wolverine. And Wolverine is the best character. Him. Best character by far. Hugh Jackman is that dude.
Hey,
Hugh Jackman is that.
I'd pay to see him come back.
I love Hugh Jackman. I hope dude. But because I think they own some of those rights now. I think they have the option of bringing X-Men characters into these universes now.
And boy, if they do that, it's not even fair, bro. It's not. If they do, bro. Listen to me. Because this is to my understanding is Fox Searchlight owns anything X-Men, right? Mm. And then you get into that whole war. But if Fox Searchlight is cool, like Sony was with Spider-Man, right? Because that was a whole battle. They was going to take Tom. They was going to take Spider-Man away from the MCU, and then Sony was like, "Okay, fine, you can have him." Right? Yeah, they couldn't take young Tom from us, bro. Oh, I would have been.
Do it. That would be. We would be furious. I love Tom.
Oh, he's the best. He's the best.
Very talented.
But yeah. So to my understanding, Fox Searchlight owns anything X-Men. So if they can go, if look. I assume Disney can write a nice little check and be like, hey, just like let's get a little Wolverine, let's get a little, let's get a little Colossus up in here, let's get something, right? If they bring any X-Men into the MCU,
there's already a Daredevil 3 that's been cleared. Oh, sorry, Deadpool. Deadpool's already been cleared, and he's the bridge kind of between the two.
Wait, Deadpool has been approved for the MCU? Oh, it's a wrap.
I think it's a wrap. It's about to go all the way down, bro.
It's a wrap, bro. I'm looking at DC like so. What do you?
It's like, how'd your kids, how'd your wife?
Bro, that's crazy. I didn't know that.
It's gonna be fun.
Oh
It's gonna be.
boy.
I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna do all these movies. They have so many characters, but I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna enjoy it, and I'm gonna hope your beloved DC
Man, they ain't doing
just
shit.
they're gonna do something.
No, they
They
not, bro.
failed with Wonder Woman 2 or
I
1984.
didn't even watch it. I knew my dad watched it for me. He's like, yeah, nah, you can go ahead and pass on it. I'm like,
It's such a weird thing. I love Kristen Wiig. She's one of my favorite comedic actresses. I think she's
mm-hmm.
tremendous. I
Yeah.
think Gal Gadot is the perfect Wonder Woman.
Mm-hmm.
And even the guy who played the villain is Mando from The Mandalorian.
Oh shoot.
That's the main villain. So I'm like,
Oh,
whatever his name is,
yeah, the guy
Pablo,
who
some whatever. Yeah,
yeah, from Narcos.
yeah. So it's him, and I
That's
was
my
like,
shit.
I said, exactly. I'm like, you got the Mandalorian with Wonder Woman and Kristen Wiig, who's great. I'm like, this should be fine.
It should be great. What happened?
Scripts.
What happened?
Who's writing these scripts? We did a 45 to like an hour long review on our podcast, and we were just ranting. Raph was so mad because he likes DC like you do, like Batman is his favorite character.
Yeah.
He was like, "What is this?" He also loves Star Wars, so he was furious that Mando and DC were failing at the same time. I don't care about DC for real, and I like the Mandalorian, but I'm not a fanboy. He was snapping. Bro. He was like, "He's the worst villain." Like he was like frothing at them. He was like you when you were talking about DC and going on your rant. And Marvin and me just sat back and laughed at him. It was hilarious.
Bro, that's hilarious. Yeah, I mean, Raph there's no frustration like a DC fandom frustration, bro. They get like, it's just so like, you don't it's like, I'm gonna be real deep. It's like being black in America. Sometimes nobody else gets it but us, right? That's DC fandom right there. Nobody gets it but us. It is a different kind of pain that we're experiencing. It's like, just like black in America, it feels like we get so close to getting to where we need to be, and then it's just nope.
You got the best trilogy of all superhero movies.
That was just thankful. Bro, that was supposed to be. Look, here's the thing. These are our main characters: Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman. Crushed it with Batman, probably the best character ever, right? Crushed it. So we're optimistic. We're like, okay, tight. Superman. We see the trailer for Man of Steel. We're like, oh, we about to get in our bag, because the trailer was tight. Then Man of Steel comes out, and we're like, okay, like I think this is our Batman Begins type of situation.
That's kind of how it was set up.
Yeah, it's like, okay, this is our Batman. So the second one, finna be, what is Batman v Superman? Who's Martha? No, that's where that's where the anger came in, and then we failed again with Justice League, and then we just went on the spot, and then we thought Wonder Woman, oh shit, we back.
And don't leave out Suicide Squad like y'all don't own that too. Look, I thought you try to be sneaky and not talk about it, but we don't have to talk about it.
No, we okay. Look, here's the thing about Suicide Squad. I'm about to go in, bro. You didn't piss me off now. I'm about to.
I did. You're doing this to yourself.
I'm about to go in.
All right, go ahead.
Look at the cast of Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
How much money? I can't even think of how much money they must have spent. First of all, let's just go ahead and talk about Will Smith. Will Smith is a $40 million man. Mm-hmm. You spent $40 million just to get Will Smith. Then you get the rest of these A- list actors. I'm saying Will Smith is an A-list actor. Everybody else is second to him.
No, Will is one of the biggest draws in the history of movies.
In the history of movies. Yeah. The history of movies. You have a star-studded cast. Like, huge cast. Okay, tight. Now you need money for people to write a script and everything else in the production. Oh, wait. We don't. Hey, Will, can you? Nope. Hey, Margot.
That check clear. Yeah.
Right.
Y'all are crazy for this one. Woo! Yeah.
And so that movie was so terrible because they wasted all their damn money on these huge actors.
Yeah.
and no script development. No, just it fell through, bro. It fell through. Yeah. I'm sorry. I forgot to talk about Viola Davis. How much money do you think she would?
Exposition dump Viola.
Miss Oscar / Tony herself. Miss Snotty Nose exposition. Yes, her.
She was just talking. She literally described like 9 characters at one point in that movie, like from start to finish. I was like, is she gonna just talk about every character in this movie? She's like, this is so and so. They come from so. I'm like, are we just gonna talk? That's what we're doing. And they just played a video over her talking. I was like, you just introduced the characters. We didn't need to do the whole talking.
Dude, it's like, so needless to say, sorry, my dog's tripping. Needless to say, Suicide Squad dropped. No, I don't like. It's in there. It's in there with the pain, bro. It's in there with the pain. You had and then let's not even talk about Jared Leto's Joker. Let's not even get into that. This nigga. You want beef? You got beef? You got beef? You want beef? Oh yeah. Like, bro.
Jared Leto said
calm down.
He said the extended version of his character is actually good. That's what he said.
He said
they chopped him up to make him look bad. But if you add the extended scenes back into it.
Oh, is that what it was, Jared?
That's good. He's defended that role the whole time.
So what's Joaquin's problem? So talk to Joaquin. I'm just here's the thing, bro. Joker. Okay, I'll say this. It's not Jared Leto's fault. It's not.
Hey, I knew that movie was doing when I saw Common in that scene.
Hey, I don't want no hey, I don't want no beef with you. You don't want beef? Like,
listen, he's over here eyeballing his girl and then throw a little offhand comment and then be like, I don't want no beef. Like, you just told me my girl was fine. It's like, what you think I'm gonna do? Not kill you?
Oh my God. So either way, it's neither here nor there. Yeah, no, it's not Jared Leto's fault. It's the writing. Like, whose idea was it to say Joker gonna have a lot of tattoos and a grill? That sounds cool. That sounds like the Joker. What? Where is quality control? Like, what? Who is approving these things? Who thinks that is cool? Nobody. But nobody wants that.
They had to go through screenings. You know how movies work. They go through screenings before they put it out to the people. That means that somebody along the way said, no, this is cool. I like this. This is good.
No,
this is good. I like this.
But that's the thing. It can't be the minority of the people. It has to be most people. Like, you can't just be like, okay, there are 100 people in here. If we get one yes, we're greenlighting this thing.
It's Family Feud. We has 100 people.
Dude.
Survey set.
Dude, what your ass say?
What your ass say? I mean, your ass. I mean, your ass. It's so stupid.
Yeah. So either
Steve Harvey would have been an X on the board.
Look, speaking of Steve, I was gonna say a few things.
Let's go to the board.
The first thing I was going to say was super stupid. I was going to say, look, they're probably going to cast like Steve Harvey as like somebody, probably the next Lex Luthor because he's bald, right? So
love don't cost a thing too.
Hey, don't come in my movie, bro.
I'm coming at you,
bro. I love that movie. Don't even start.
I actually rewatched it recently.
It's so good. Don't even.
Nick Cannon's acting is so bad, but Christina is so fine in that movie.
That was the moment. Care. That was the moment when I was like, that's my type.
I don't even care.
That was the moment.
Nick was like, you know. I was like, what? He's like, when we had that toothpick.
And toothpick?
That's awful. But she was so bad.
It was a problem.
Like, woo!
It was a problem. She was that, bro. That I'm telling you, that was the moment when I was like, I found my type. I don't care if they're toxic.
that was right before Dip It Low, and I was like, okay, so she just in her bag now.
She's in her bag. She's in her bag.
I saw that movie and I was like, man, Christina was
bro. I'm telling
you,
her,
boy.
Yeah.
Nick was awful, but
he fucked that up. I don't understand. I mean, I don't understand. You ruined that. Like what? That was you had it. You had it. Because they were together from that movie. And then he were messed up and he went and got Mariah tatted in 400 font. 400 size font on his back.
Listen, one day we're gonna give Nick his flowers because his jersey's in the rafters. But
it is.
That movie, he was horrible in that movie. She was so good looking that even Steve, with his overacting self, was ridiculous.
Yeah,
and it was just it worked because of her singularly. But they'll bring Steve back for part 2 of that. Still mustache, still bald.
Are they making a part 2 of that? No. They should. I don't think they will.
They can't pay Steve Harvey enough to do a movie. You know how much
I was gonna say. Yeah, you're right. I was gonna say. They made they made a part 2 of Drumline though. Ugh.
I do know that.
Did you watch it?
Why would I?
Yeah, me neither. No, but I was gonna say was your boy Steve gave Michael B the okay.
He did, but it was like by association. He was like compared to everybody else.
Oh,
he's the best she's dated.
So that was Steve's way of shitting on Diddy.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. You don't like? He said he hates Diddy.
Yeah, but Diddy got twice as much money as he does, so he can hate as much as Diddy can say, "I smashed your daughter, fam, and she's younger than my kid." So you can hate all you want, bro. I'm Diddy. I had your daughter and J-Lo at some point in my life. You can tell me whatever you want, Steve.
You can tell me whatever you want, Steve. Oh,
Diddy's untouchable.
He is untouchable. He is.
Steve didn't know how to go on TV and say his daughter's a bust down for the streets, so he didn't know how to give it up like that.
The streets.
That's where she emerged.
Hey, go ahead. Let the people know, bro. Let the people
from the
streets she emerged. Streets she will return.
Good for her though. I actually have no beef. Like, you know me, I have a whole joke about like I don't care about men or women being out in the streets. As long as you own it. I got an issue with the deception. Like you out in the streets, you put the facade on like you're not.
Oh,
if you out here and you just living and you like, she's like, I'm 23. I'm hanging out with millionaires, billionaires are flying me around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was with Future. Like I'm actually good with.
Oh, she was with Future too.
Come on, fam. But
damn, Michael B don't know what he's signing up for, bro. He doesn't care because he's also his jerseys.
Yeah, he had to.
Yeah, he's like, remember when I was in Creed? Remember that? Remember I was in Killmonger? Or remember Fruitvale? Remember that? He's up there. He's got his jersey up there for sure.
But I don't mind anybody living their life as long as they own it. That's why I never people used to hate on Amber Rose and stuff. I never hate on her.
She owned it. She
never
owned
hate
it
on her whatsoever. I'm like, live your life. She owns what she is. Like, someone like Future is as toxic as you can be as a dude. He is literally the height of toxicity.
Yeah.
And yet he's never like run from the fact that he is who he is. People keep choosing him.
Yeah.
They know what they're getting into. You met him with 6 kids.
Yeah.
You knew who he was. And it was like, yeah, but it's gonna be different with me. It won't be.
No, it won't.
That's not who he is.
Negatory.
So, as long as you live in your truth, and for all I can tell, she's never really run away from her current lifestyle.
Yeah.
I mean, if that was my daughter, maybe I'd feel away, but she's not. So I'm here for I'm on Team Lori right now.
She's owning it. She's owning it. Yeah. The way that Steve was kind of going into that was, I was watching Hot 97 and was it Hot 97? No, it was Jimmy Kimmel. Yeah. And he was like questioning. He's like, do you think your daughters read your books about Kimmel came for his daughter, bro. It was like, yo, do you think she's reading this book considering all the dudes that she's
No. I'm from Cleveland, y'all.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. But hey, she's bad. So, that's Hollywood, baby.
We can talk more off air, but
ooh. What you gotta say, bro? What you go?
Nothing the people need to hear.
Oh,
they've heard enough from the two of us. it's like dish. It's like, nah.
Oh man, what you think about Lori, bro?
Hey guys, thank you for tuning in to this episode of Unofficial Therapy Podcast. This has been fantastic.
I think she's fantastic, bro.
Everett,
What about you, Chris?
Hey, Everett, thank you for coming through, man. Appreciate the homie pod. You're not trying to be. I'm not burning bridges with Steve Harvey. I would never do such a thing. I want to be on the was it Family Feud at some point.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. Well, I'll go ahead and say Chris thinks Lori is fantastic, and as do I.
Listen, I just told you I'm on Team Lori, so
yeah.
If you clip anything from this,
I said she's bad, and you were like, oh well, we could talk off it.
Hey guys, thank you for tuning in once again to the podcast. This has been great. Everett, thank you for coming, and we'll see you guys next time. Deuces.
Oh man, that's funny.